Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your favorite host, your girl, A. Millie, and I'm back with another episode of the Sip and Sip podcast. And I am joined tonight by a very special guest. He is one of the 6 finalists on the hit TV show Queen's Court, airing now on Peacock. Y'all give it up for Mac. What's going on, brother?
How you doing? How you doing? What's happening? What's happening?
I'm living. I'm trying to, get to know who Mac is, and because they call you the satin teddy bear, right?
That is correct. 100%.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you get the name the satin teddy bear? Before we get into this interview, because I'm really curious to see, how you got this name, the satin teddy bear.
Well, a good question. Well, first of all, satin. What is satin? It's smooth and it's elegant, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you get that good rest on them satin sheets. So
you can.
Right. So
like that 1,200 thread count. Now, come on. I see
that one right there. So when you take the satin elegant with the smooth and you add in the teddy bear, big guy, loving, supportive, protective, all the things that women need,
Yes. And can I tell you, when the moment you stepped on to that show, I felt the suaveness, the smoothness.
Oh, wow.
Before I knew you were the satin teddy bear. You came off as like, you know what? I'm just going in here. I'm gonna meet these ladies. And I gotta know, what was going through your mind when you walked in? Because you were one of the OGs, correct?
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, it was only 2 OGs that made it from start to finish.
Yes. You and DJ Puff, and I got to shout out him because I actually interviewed him on last week's episode. But you both were like the 2 OGs standing. And I was like, because I was rooting for you, Mac. I was rooting for you. I really was. I think the moment when you came onto the show, you were very open. And I think when you actually started talking to some of the ladies, especially Nivea, there was an instant connection. And I think when you told your story about how you raised your great grandmother and your grandmother, kind of resonated with me because I was raised by my grandparents as well, and I was really close to my grandmother. And so that kind of like, I raised about that. I was like, see, when you raised by your grandparents, your great grandmother and everything, it's that instant connection.
It's a different set of values.
Yes. So how was it when you first walked in? Were you anticipating like different celebrity women, or were you surprised with Tamar, Nivea, and Evelyn Lozada?
You know what? I didn't know who the hell was going to be there, to be honest with you. I mean, I had everybody from Ashanti to Maya. I didn't know who the hell was going to be there. I was just, I didn't know. So when it was Evelyn, when it was Nivea and Tamar, I'm like, okay, I can work with this. Okay, this gonna be all right. So I ain't gotta run home today, damn it, on the first episode.
Because the first episode, can I just say, when you all walked in with the suits and just, I mean, Mac, I'm not going to lie to you, your shiny bald head gave it away. I was like, okay, I love bald head, bearded men. I was like, come on, ladies. Hey, y'all got to get with it now. But I don't know what's going on, but y'all got to get with it. So what was your first impression of all of the ladies? Because, you kind of, sparked an instant connection with Miss Nivea. So what was your first impressions on all of them?
I thought they're all beautiful women. The camera, the camera gonna tell you the truth, and they're all beautiful women. Of course, Evelyn's beautiful, Tamar's beautiful in her own right, and Nivea's beautiful. The thing that caught my interest the most outside of the beauty was the emotional, the mental connection I caught with Nivea off the bat.
Yes.
It was just like I was talking to the girl I had, we had crushes on from back in the day, but we lost contact. And now, baby, we back together.
Let me shoot my shot. Like, what's up? Like trying to hit a 3-pointer, But that instant connection was something that I loved. It was kind of like you both meshed well together, and I could really look and tell that she was really feeling you off the first night. It was just something, her mannerisms, her smile, all of that. She was feeling the satin teddy bear.
Hey, let me tell you something. Satin teddy bears belong in satin sheets. Just want to let down.
So tell me a little bit more about your experience on the show. How was, competing with other gentlemen for, vying for Nivea's affection, because I know some men like to compete against each other, but it was like, you knew who you were. You like, hey, I'm the satin teddy bear. It's no competition. We're gonna let the chips fall where they may fall. So how was it competing with, a group of men?
You know what? Good question. First of all, I didn't really focus on the competition with them because a lot of guys got caught up with worrying about what other guys did, and that can lead to, and a lot of them disappeared for for that very reason. My thing was like, listen, I said from day one, I'm here for Nivea, not the neighborhood. That meant everybody. Oh. I said, if you go back on episode 2, I said, I'm here for Nivea, not the neighborhood. So that meant guys included too. So I'm not here for y'all. I didn't come here for none of y'all. I came here, to find the queen. So I didn't get caught up in the competition.
Yes. I mean, and can I just say the way you wined and dined her off the first date? I mean, when she kept saying, "Oh my lamb,"
Now, oh my lamb, huh?
Now, oh my lamb, it was just like, the way you treated her and you treated a woman. What is something that you value when it comes to treating a woman?
Well, I was raised to be a gentleman, and a gentleman never goes out of style, and that's the thing about it. A gentleman is always the flavor of the month.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean? So that's for once, I'm gonna offer, protection. I'm gonna offer, great conversation. I'm gonna feed you, and you saw. Hey, I'm a big boy. I gotta eat, so we gonna eat.
Hey, I love a man that can feed me. Well, I love a man that can feed me, food. And in the bedroom, come on with it now. But I know I gotta ask, but are you a Southern gentleman though?
Hey, well, you know what? My family's all from the South. My great grandmother, who I talked about on the show, born and raised Mississippi.
Oh,
so yes. I got that.
That's where you get it from.
Yes, exactly. So that's that whole where you get it from. Eating till you get a plenty, showing respect for a woman, being courteous, not trying to push up on her, and on the sexual tip. Trying to get to understand who she is as a woman. All of that came from my great grandmother.
Wow, I love that because some men don't think like you. Some men, are still trapped inside that little boy mind. I gotta approach her sexually. I gotta do all this, but it's about we love. I'm speaking myself. I love when you can stimulate my mind mentally. It's a mental thing, and that's something that I'm from the South, born and raised in the South, so that's something that my grandparents taught me about. Let a man stimulate your mind. Coming at you, feed me that way too, but I loved how you just kind of just sat and talked with her. You wanted to get to know her on a deeper level, not sexually, but just the mental.
Yeah. It's important for me because if you think about it, the biggest sexual muscle there is the brain. So if it happens here first, it'll happen everywhere else later. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So this is the gateway, not down below, and a lot of guys get that misconstrued. This is where the magic happens.
I love that. So I want to talk about, a little bit more about you and Nivea. You made it all the way to the 10th episode.
What a journey,
and how was that going in your mind every night going to like an elimination? If you had to go to an elimination dinner, what was going through your mind at that time?
Well, a few times I went to the elimination dinner. I mean, they nerve-wracking. They're nerve-wracking because you're trying to figure out, first, what the hell am I doing here?
Right.
But because at them dinners, people they catch bodies at them dinners. There be some bodies dropping at them dinners. So you don't want to eat past 4:00 with the peeps. So I was like, nah, I don't want to eat with y'all. But I had to get Y'all don't treat people right as y'all to the table. But I had to, they nerve-wracking. So it's really going through your mind. It's a million things. You're like, damn, is this where it ends? Did I do something wrong? Did I offend something? Did I not? If anybody tells you they weren't nervous at that damn table, they lied to you.
Y'all look, I would say this, you all look nervous, but not you, because you just kept it kind of calm, cool, and collected. I was like, oh my gosh, why is Mac at these elimination dinners? Did you feel, certain type of way when Nivea said, you gotta kind of bring it a little bit more? Did you what was going through your mind when she said that?
Good question. I mean, I understood her perspective. She was tired. She felt that me and Ty was in I don't want to call it a bromance, because the damn show wasn't no bromance. It wasn't that. Definitely wasn't no damn bromance. We were just being gentlemen and cordial and respectful. But I think she took me being, I don't want to say distant, but just giving her space. She's working through a lot.
Yes.
And I just let her, hey, the sad teddy bear gonna be here.
Yes.
Let's clear out the room a little bit, baby. Let's clear out the room a little bit, because all this goodness gonna be here waiting for you. But
of course,
I think she took that as a form of losing interest, and it wasn't like that. So that's why my ass had to go to the damn elimination.
Yeah. It was like when she said that, you were like, okay, let me put on this satin teddy bear. Let me get back in there. But can I just say, if I had two fine, gorgeous, bald-headed, bearded men after me, I would be very discombobulated, because I would not. I mean, come on, both of y'all gave mentally stimulating, sexually, all of that stuff. So I would really wouldn't know what to do. I would be just like Nivea, okay?
Right. So you understood her pain.
I really understood her pain. Come on now. If you got a bald head man, great looking body. I love the thicker guys. I'm not biased or anything. If you have a good man that is vying for your attention, that is constantly, it is really in there, is consistent.
Right.
And can communicate. I mean, I really would be discombobulated. I'll say, oh, my lamb, I don't know. I really would, Shout out to Nivea. I love when she says, "Oh my land."
Shout out to Nivea.
So, Mac, that final night, that final day on the show, what was going through your mind then? Because it would be, nerve-wracking. Was she, pick me? Was she pick Ty? What was really going through your mind like that last day?
It's not elimination, but it's the final. It's still elimination one way or another. You know what I mean? Because either somebody's going to get picked, or somebody's not going to get picked. And for somebody, it's the end of the road. And you don't know how this thing gonna crumble. Now, we saw how it turned out. But what was going through my mind was really just, again, uncertainty, making sure I dotted all my I's, crossed all my T's, and making sure that I poured out my heart to the best of my ability, convey what Nivea meant to me, and the fact that she reminded me so much, her spirit, of my great grandmother, her warmth. And and that was important to me to at least convey that, and just be Mac, and that's all. Hey, put your best foot forward, baby, and just that's it.
And you did when you walked in there that last day with the suaveness, the satin teddy bear was coming out, like, and you just sat there. And when she did not choose you, I literally threw my phone, almost threw my phone, but I threw a book or something instead. I'm like, how can you not choose Mac? How can you not?
I appreciate
it. Was just something about the instant, connection. And another thing, one of your dates, your one-on-one date, when you took her out to one of the farms, and you had spread of the food, boy, you had the fried chicken, the macaroni. I mean, Please feed me. I'm one of them type of girls that likes to eat. I don't care what nobody say. I'm from the South. I'm gonna eat everything. But it was just something when you had that conversation with her, still that instant connection. How was that one-on-one date with her? You know, being on that farm with her. How was that?
It was cool because it was away from the city. It was away from the hustle and bustle of Atlanta. It was the first time we had some really a long time in a while, away from the house, and just in the peace and serenity of the country. You know, you're a country girl. You know how that country. It's peaceful out there.
It is. It's so peaceful.
And you know the animals. You know, I knew bringing her, letting her feed the animals and just kind of reconnecting her to her southern roots and showing her mine. Because I wanted her to know Ty's ass wasn't the only one that knew about the I said, city boy swag, country boy balance. I said that.
And that's what it is right there. And I loved how, like, you know, sometimes we women, we like to be taken out of our comfort zone. And like you said, to go back to your roots, you know, both of you, you know, you have family from the South, your roots are embedded in the South like she is. And I thought that was so romantic. I really thought that was so like really, really dope. It was different. I've never seen anyone do that, and I didn't see that on the show.
Wow.
Other than you. Yes.
Thank
yes.
You.
So I got to ask, you know, Mac, you know, I have to ask the question that all the women want to know: is Mac single?
Do all the women want to know that?
All the women want to know that. Well, I want to know that too, but mostly all the women, we want to know: is Max single?
Yeah, I'm still single. I'm still single. I didn't get a queen that day. So
You did not get a queen that day, but you are looking for your queen. You desire your queen, right?
Absolutely. Hey, I said at the end of the show, Mac need love too.
Yes. Like everybody else. Yes. So let me ask you this: as a man, what is something that you look for in a queen?
Oh, good question. I look for honesty. I look for respect. The woman that first respects herself. I like a woman that's that has some class to her. You know, I don't like a argumentative woman, a combative woman. I don't like all that. My nerves can't take that at 45. At this tender age of 45, I can't take all that no more. But I like a woman that, you know, spirituality is important to me, knowing having that spiritual foundation. And we gotta have fun. And you're gonna have to like to eat now. But we're gonna go to the gym too.
Okay. I feel you on that. We can eat and then we can work out too. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. And I gotta ask you, Matt, I want to know. I think you are, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to get into your sign. Are you? I don't know. You sound like me. You sound like a Virgo.
Are you a Virgo? I'm Virgo. August 30th. Yeah.
My birthday is August 24th.
That's why we get along.
See, that's why we get it. You know, Virgos, we get along with other Virgos. We are very observant. So even when it comes to being observant, are there some qualities that you observe from Nivea that you wish that, oh gosh, I wish we would have gotten together? What are some of the qualities that she had that you liked?
Oh, there's a lot of them. I mean, first of all, she's really Nivea's really, you know, really down to earth. She's you know, she's freaking hilarious. Y'all saw that.
She is. I think she was my favorite on the show.
And my favorite. And she likes, and you know what? She's really domesticated. She loves family. You know, she likes to have fun. Y'all, again. I mean, she's just a dope vibe. So there's a lot there to unpack. But I would have to say it's just her genuine spirit and her open heart. Yeah.
I love that. I love to hear that. There was one scene that you and her, actually, you all sat down and you were talking with the Pete's, and communication pays a difference. And I know they asked you, you know, with Nivea being in relationships with high profile celebrities, and when she's a celebrity herself, as far as, you know, her children are concerned, and they asked you would you get jealous if, you know, she would be talking to the children's fathers all the time? And you said, you know, no, you would not. So can you elaborate on that? How you felt when they asked you that question?
Well, I thought it was a good question. I mean, you know, she don't have typical, I don't want to say baby daddy, that's just a bad term. Fathers of her children. You know what I mean? These guys, I mean, you can Google these dudes and see what they and see what they're about. So for a guy who's not secure in himself, and you know, he might be intimidated, but like I said on the show, it's not about financial statements, accolades, and achievements. We ain't laying this out.
Right.
That has nothing to do with my value that I bring to the children. You can have $1 billion and still be a trash person. So me being a single father and knowing what it's like to raise those boys, you know, my value is a little bit different. And whatever I can offer Nivea, had that played out, I would have brought that. But I would have stayed in my lane, of course. But no, I wasn't worried about, you know, who those gentlemen are. And then they were all just men. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like I put mine on.
I do want to ask you, how has your life changed with being on the show, being on Peacock and being on Queen's Court? Because I know your DMs probably have been on fire since the show dropped.
Yeah, well, I think I'm a lot more handsomer than I was the day before the show. If I was handsome, I'm handsomer.
You handsomer. The satin teddy bear got a little bit more satin into him.
Yeah, he got a lot more satin. I got about 15 more damn cousins that I ain't never heard of. They didn't came out the woodworks. And the DMs, Yo Gotti did say it goes down in the DM. He told us that.
Listen, look, I know all the Southern women probably like in your DMs.
Well, they want to make sure the satin teddy bear okay.
Look, they want to date with the satin teddy bear, and they want some fried chicken too. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
And macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. Now, man, do you cook?
Yeah, I cook. I raise kids. You got to know how to cook now.
Yeah. I would hope so, because you know, some men, I've asked this question, I'll be like, oh, well, can you cook? And they be like, oh no, I leave that to the women. But you know, I'm happy that you said that you can cook.
I cook every day. Yeah, I cook for myself every day.
So if you were to date a woman and, you know, she said, well, I don't want to go out, you know, I want you to cook for me, what would be like one dish that you would cook that, you know, I don't seal the deal with this? What would be something that you would cook? Because I do know you are actually Afro-Latino, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So what is something from your culture that you would cook on a first date if you were cooking for a female?
I mean, I could go with, if you want to go Caribbean food, I could go with labadera, pollo, cornrows. That's Dominican food. Or we can go some good old soul food. I could still do the fried chicken, some greens. All right, man, you know. Now my potato salad, it ain't that bad.
Now, but you know, it's different versions of potato salad. You got the northern, but you got the southern home style potato salad.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
which one can you do better?
I think I'm gonna do the southern. I'm gonna leave that northern one alone.
Okay, just making sure we don't need no red potatoes and no potato salad.
Nah, hell no. We ain't put no. Hell no.
But I do gotta ask you, when there was a scene on the show where all the men were cooking pizza and Nivea was just throwing down, and I cannot remember the specific pizza that you cooked.
I wasn't on that scene.
You wasn't on that scene. Okay.
I was the peach cobbler scene.
You were the peach cobbler. Now, let me ask you this: did she like your peach cobbler?
Oh yeah, I said because I had to beat it up. Remember, I said it in the
thing. You did.
I was whipping that thing.
You had that wrist work, like whipping it up, beating it up.
I'm trying to tell you now. I'm mean with that wrist now. Go ahead.
I don't put it past anybody. I want to ask you, what was like one of your favorite moments on the show?
I would have to say the conversation with me and JR. That really was everybody has probably been the one moment outside of everybody dealing with the girls. That's probably the biggest, most impactful moment of the whole show. Because it was a confrontation of two men, successful men, powerful men in their own right. And we came together and I expressed how I felt honestly, but in a constructive way. And I showed him who he was without him really knowing what, who he was.
Right.
And for him to take it the way he did, like such a gentleman and a man, and took it and said, I respect that, your honesty, and immediately go to work on repairing that. So I have the utmost respect and veneration for JR. Phenomenal. Jeremy is my guy. I'm coming like JR.
But Jeremy is your guy.
Jeremy is my dude. I go to war with for Jeremy. And JR is growing on me still.
I really love that conversation with you. And it was coming from like, hey, bro, this is coming from, a good place, and some men do not do that. Some men do not hold their friends or, people that come in contact with accountable for their actions, like saying, hey, just be yourself, and I thought that was just like a real great bromance. I enjoyed that scene. And now I gotta ask you the big question. What is your opinion on the recent engagement of LaVon and Evelyn and Tamar and Jeremy? What do you think about all of that?
I think they're all phenomenal people. I'm just happy. I seen it all. For the first time, I seen love start happened in my life. I seen it. Like I was a part.
You was right there.
Yeah, I was there watching the bricks being laid and seeing the bond being built, and to see where it's taking off now. It's such a beautiful thing. I mean, Tamar and Evelyn are really, really sweet women. Really genuinely sweet women. They were really warm. I mean, before I became Mac, the sad teddy bear, when I was just unknown Markanthony, they were very warm and loving. And so I'm just happy. And they got two good dudes. Like LaVon is a really great guy. Like a genuinely, like who y'all saw, that's really who he is. He's really a thoughtful dude. So I'm excited for them both. I'm gonna be at the wedding and these weddings, and I'm gonna find somebody to take with me.
Look, hey, I believe you are gonna find your queen at one of these weddings. Because hypothetically, what if you were to catch the garter at both weddings?
Oh damn. Man.
See, you said how you going to both weddings, man. You single, you might want to catch that garter.
Yeah.
You never know. You just never know.
Damn. Hell, then I got to marry somebody. Then I'm catching two of them. God trying to tell me something.
Listen. And then we got to call Peacock and be like, hey, we need to get Mac his own series, his own show.
Hey,
we got to get that.
People need to see Mac find love. I'm telling y'all.
Can I ask you this? Would you do another dating show though?
Oh, good question. If it's under the right circumstances, not with me going through that maze of dudes again. I ain't got no more hair for that. But coming in now as Mac, yeah, I would do it under the right pretense. Tasteful, just how that was done. None of that crazy stuff. But I mean, you don't never know where you're gonna find love at. So I can say no. I can't say no. I ain't gonna do another show. How you know you're not? I mean, if it happened for LaVon and JR, hell,
it can happen for you.
Yeah,
it can happen for the satin teddy bear. The satin teddy bear needs his satin teddy bear queen,
so they can lay in satin sheets.
1,200 count. That's what. Look, come on now. You feel me? The 1,200 count. Those are the best sheets now.
Absolutely.
Those best sheets. Those are the best sheets. Mac, it has been such a pleasure having you on the Sip and Sydney. You family now because you got to come back. I got to see what Mac is getting ready to do for the rest of the year. Anything that you got coming up this year that we need to know about, and where can we catch you next? Oh, you got your book out and it's on Amazon, correct?
It is on Amazon, GhettoDiamond.com. Now, let me also tell y'all, I got a erotic poetry. You know, I did write that poem now.
You did.
But it's called the Purple Panties Collection. And the ladies are loving it now. It's on my website, gettodiamond.com, www.gettodiamond.com.
The Purple Panties
Collection. Get the audio where I'm reading it to you. The audio is me reading the poems to you.
Oh, I know.
Thank me later. Thank me later.
You know what? After we hop off of this, I'm going to download that so I can hear the Purple Panties collection.
You won't regret it.
Bring you back on here because I know you probably gonna have another series. Look, we need the red panties collection. My favorite color is red, so I need the red panties collection.
You got it. Whenever you want to get, whenever you're ready, I'm here for you.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Make sure y'all follow Mac. Mac, can you drop your social media and your website so people can keep up with you and to see, your next moves that you got coming?
Absolutely. Listen, follow me at Mactastic. That's M.A.C.TASTIC. Mactastic. And my website for all things Mac is www.gettodiamond.com. GETTODIAMOND.com.
And there you have it, folks. Make sure you follow him, support him. We got to support our Black authors. Please. We got to support our Black reality show stars. And if you have not seen Queen's Court, make sure you get on Peacock now. Download it in 10 episodes. And Mac is in all 10 episodes, y'all. He's one of the OGs. Make sure you watch it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Hit Mac up in the DMs, or leave a comment and
give me all that DM love. Give it all to me. Come on, come on, ladies.
Give the satin teddy bear some love. Please give the satin teddy bear some love, because we
bring it in, ladies.
We talking about 1,200 count satin sheets now.
That's right.
Come on. You got to show him some love. But Mac, it has been a pleasure. And you family now, so you coming back on here.
For sure. You got my promise.
Yes. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Sip and Sip podcast. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.